Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Med shocker. A longtime star is leaving the NBC drama, but maybe not for good. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, Soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. While Chicago Fire and Chicago PD have both lost cast members ahead of next season, Chicago Med has been spared, until now. Marlene Barrett, who has played charge nurse Maggie Lockwood since the show's 2015 debut, is stepping back from the NBC drama for personal reasons, Soaps.com has confirmed. There is some good news, however. Barrett's leave is envisioned as a temporary one, with the hope that she will return at some point, according to our sister site Deadline, which first reported the departure. Chicago Fire star Taylor Kinney, aka Severide, similarly took a leave of absence to attend to a personal matter during season 11 and eventually returned. Barrett was one of only 3 remaining original cast members on the series, alongside S. Epatha Merkerson, Sharon Goodwin, and Oliver Platt, Dr. Daniel Charles. Thankfully, the latter 2 stars signed deals in June to continue with the long-running medical drama, and it was just recently announced that an OG star will be back next season. Nick Gelfus, who played Dr. Will Halstead up until the season 8 final, will appear in a guest star capacity. Barrett's Maggie Lockwood is a beloved nurse and loyal friend who has overcome everything from divorce to cancer. In real life, Barrett, too, battled uterine and ovarian cancer in July 2022. She announced in September 2024 that she was in full remission. As previously reported, Chicago Fire's Jake Lockett and Daniel Curie, who play firefighters Sam Carver and Darren Ritter, respectively, will not return as series regulars for season 14. Curie, however, will reprise his role for a limited time only next season to give closure to his character's arc, the actor announced on Instagram. After filming his final scenes as Ritter, Curie wrote in an emotional post, "I can't wait for you all to see what we cooked up this season." Additionally, Soaps.com learned that Michael Bradway, who recurred as Severide's firefighting half-brother Jack Damon, also won't be back on the NBC drama after booking a role in Prime Video's upcoming series every year after. Filling the trio's void is new series regular Brandon Laraquent, on call, The Good Doctor, as Sal Vasquez, a new addition to Firehouse 51 who has family history in the first responder world. Meanwhile, over on Chicago PD, Toya Turner will not return for season 13 this fall after joining the show as Officer Kiana Cook just last season. In her place, the cop drama has recruited Ariane Mandy, the night agent the L Word, Generation Key, to play the series' regular role of Officer Naomi Kerr, a former soldier and military contractor. The One Chicago universe is no stranger to jaw-dropping twists. From devastating fires to emotional goodbyes and unexpected resurrections, NBC's flagship medical drama Chicago Med has mastered the art of keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. But the latest news is not about a fictional patient in the ED. It's about real-life casting that's sending shockwaves through the fandom. According to insiders, a longtime star of Chicago Med is preparing to say goodbye. The departure won't just alter the dynamics inside Gaffney Chicago Medical Center, it might even reshape the One Chicago landscape. Yet, before fans sink into despair, there's a glimmer of hope. This exit may not be permanent. The departure heard around Gaffney. The whispers began during filming of the upcoming season, when fans noticed less behind-the-scenes content featuring the actor's name withheld for now. Soon, reports surfaced that this star, who has anchored some of the show's most emotional arcs since nearly the beginning, was ready to step away. Why? The reasons appear layered. Like many of their fellow castmates before them, Tori DeVito, Yaya DaCosta, Colin Donnell, and Brian T., the actor may simply be ready for new creative horizons. After spending years embodying the same character in a high-stakes medical setting, it's natural to timing feels especially poignant. The characters' storylines have been heating up, hinting at romance, professional triumph, and even some personal redemption. To bow out now feels almost cruel, but maybe that's exactly why Chicago Med's showrunners love to play with our emotions. A pattern of comings and goings. If history is any indication, Chicago Med fans shouldn't slam the door shut just yet. The One Chicago franchise has an impressive track record of luring fan favorites back. Think about how Jesse Spencer's Matthew Casey made a triumphant Chicago Fire return, or how Monica Raymond popped back into the universe even after her emotional send-off. Even Brian T., whose Dr. Ethan Choi left the hospital last season in a bittersweet farewell, remains connected to the franchise, directing behind the scenes and leaving the door cracked for an on-screen cameo. That kind of flexibility is part of the magic of Dick Wolf's storytelling empire. Once you're part of the One Chicago family, you're never really gone. Which begs the question, is this exit permanent or just a carefully timed pause in the journey? How the exit could play out on screen. The beauty of Chicago Med is its grounded realism, blended with just enough soap opera-level drama to keep things spicy. So how will the writers craft this departure? There are several directions they could take. A medical mission abroad. The character could leave Gaffney for an overseas opportunity, perhaps volunteering in an underserved community. This keeps the storyline noble, allows for references to the character in future episodes, and leaves the possibility of their return wide open. A romantic twist. Maybe the exit is tied to love, a rekindled romance in another city, a partner who's pulling them toward a new chapter. This route would allow fans to feel satisfied that the character's leaving for happiness rather than heartbreak. A professional rivalry. Given how many conflicts have played out in the ED, turf wars, administrative battles, ethical debates, it wouldn't be surprising if the character decided they'd had enough. A new job at another hospital, maybe even in a rival city, could set the stage for exciting crossovers later on. A tragic goodbye, with a twist. While fans may shudder at the thought, Chicago Med has never shied away from tragedy. Still, the producers know killing off a beloved star permanently closes the door. A more nuanced exit seems likely. Fan reactions, from shock to hope. Already, fan forums are buzzing with speculation. Some are devastated, posting tributes to their favorite episodes and moments from the character's journey. Others are more hopeful, pointing out how Chicago Med has used exits before to refresh storylines and spark dramatic new arcs. Please don't kill them off, one fan wrote on Twitter. Just send them to another hospital and let them come back for crossovers. Another added, if they leave, I hope it's because they're finally getting the happiness their character deserves. Don't ruin them in their final storyline. That's the tricky balance the writers face. Honoring the actor's decision to step away while protecting the integrity of a character fans have grown to love. What this means for the One Chicago universe. Every departure has ripple effects. Within Chicago Med, other characters will have to step up. Relationships will shift, mentorships will be tested, and maybe even leadership positions will open. Outside of Gaffney, this move could shake up the interconnected storylines in Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. The One Chicago ecosystem thrives on synergy. A big change in one series often reverberates in another, creating crossover moments that keep fans glued to their screens. This exit may spark just such a chain reaction. Could this be a strategic break? Some industry insiders speculate this departure might actually be strategic. With NBC juggling production schedules, actor contracts, and fan demand, it's not unheard of to give a star a temporary break. Absence, after all, makes the heart grow fonder. By pulling the character out for a season or two, the writers may be creating space for a high-impact return down the road. Imagine the fanfare of a surprise comeback episode. The ratings boost would be undeniable. The bigger picture, why it hurts so much. At the heart of it, this news stings because Chicago Med has always been about more than just medical cases. It's about the people behind the scrubs, their flaws, resilience, relationships, and humanity. Losing a longtime cast member feels like losing a piece of that emotional core. But perhaps that's also the gift of this moment. It reminds fans just how deeply these characters matter. The fact that a fictional doctor, nurse, or administrator can leave such a mark speaks volumes about the actor's talent and the writer's skill.